move on to the final remarks. Let's begin with Mateo.
So 2018 is a choice of philosophies, not party, personality, or dogma. The incumbent represents everything that's wrong with Washington. He fabricates his work, he doesn't present a vision, and convinces himself of his own delusion. His votes hurt the district, and he has betrayed the public trust. He voted to shut down the government in 2013 and then preaches fiscal responsibility. He prioritizes flood insurance for land speculators over solvency of the National Flood Insurance Program. He's voted to gut the House Ethics Office and lied about his support for the American Health Care Act. For Walmart, he works to keep truckers from suing to get a minimum wage that they were not even paid. If you think that everything's okay, Jeff so-and-so has served us well, there's no reason to change. I'm the worst kind of candidate. If you're unsettled and you're saying things should be shaken up, we had it with this, then I'm a really strong candidate. And I hope to represent you and fight for your interests in the Congress. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again. I've been so gratified by the support that I have felt from so many people throughout our country, including Congressman Tony Coelho and the support of former Assembly Member Sal Cannella. And also the many voters that I meet every day who are encouraging me to continue in this campaign and who voted for me on the school board, some who I have known since kindergarten and even since birth. These are difficult and stressful times for many of us throughout our land. Every day we see something on the news that is disturbing or frightening. So when you think about who to support for Congress, remember that there's no real predicting what issues we may be forced to deal with, and through my experience in the emergency room, on the school board, I believe I'm the best person to represent us and to be ready for any emergency that might arrive. I believe that I'm the candidate, and I hope to have your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look, thank you guys so much for being here. Ultimately, an election like this one is going to come down to the elbow grease and the hands and feet of everybody in this room. We're going to need to make sure that we have volunteers out there knocking on doors, phone banking, that are making our values heard. The reality is there's a sharp disconnect between what the Central Valley needs on healthcare, on immigration, and jobs and economic opportunity, and what we see happening in DC every single day. The way that we advance that agenda, the agenda that you've heard from people like me tonight, is by actually getting out there, telling our friends and neighbors exactly what we think. Why do we care that in a district with 50% Medicaid coverage, we have a congressman that voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act? Why is comprehensive immigration reform so critical in a district where immigrants are the heart and soul of our community? If we make our values heard, then we're going to actually get results. That's what I'm going to ask. Thank you so much for all your time, and appreciate it.
Thank you all for coming tonight, and thank you once again to the Central Valley Democratic Club for hosting us, and to our moderator, Jeff Jardine. You know, there are significant challenges that face our district and our country, and we've talked about a lot of them tonight, and these are big, serious challenges. But the good news is that they're not insurmountable. When I ran for Congress 10 years ago, or over 10 years ago, it really brought clarity to the depth and the degree of the issues that face us right here in the Central Valley. And it's why I founded my company, which is an organization that was focusing on those specific issues. You know, issues like health clinics and job training centers and clean energy plants and affordable housing. And because of what we've done, I know exactly what to do when I get to Congress, so I can make an impact and be effective on the very first day. You know, my experience is that I know we can get it done, and we know we can win when we step out and run on our progressive ideals of Medicare for all, of a living wage, immigrant rights, and a clean tax bill. Together, we're going to win this district, flip the House, and return Congress back to the people.
Thank you.
I'd like a warm round of applause again for Jeff Jardine. Thank you so much for being here for us. And thank you to these amazing candidates. I know that I'm very excited about what this election holds for us Democrats. I'm going to let the candidates go ahead and leave the stage and head out into the lobby so that they can mingle with you. And I have a few parting remarks just for our audience. This evening was made possible not only by the Central Valley Democratic Club, but by a collaboration of a lot of really amazing groups that have were formed over the last only a year and have already made a huge impact on our community by canvassing, phone banking, really working together, registering voters, and those are the things that are going to help us win in 2018. Those same groups were responsible for coming up for tonight's questions. If you would like to ask questions in our third debate, the topics will range from social issues such as racial injustice, criminal justice reform, LGBTQ and women's issues, campaign finance reform, gun control, and essentially the candidate's ability to speak on behalf of constituents and why they are the best candidates in the primary. Those types of questions, please submit them to us on our Facebook page or through our Messenger account. In your program on the very back, it shows all the ways to contact us. There's an email address there, a website, and our Facebook. We'd love for you to check in tonight so we can meet all of you and add you to our Facebook page, which is pretty new, so we're getting started out. We'd love you to join our membership. Again, I'd like to invite you to come to our trivia event on December 29th, and obviously to our next debate on January 5th. And in closing, I'm just going to tell you a little story. This dress that I have on, I've only ever worn it one other time, and that was as a delegate to the National Convention in Philadelphia on the night that Hillary accepted the nomination to be our presidential candidate. That night was obviously amazing for Democrats. I met a lot of wonderful Bernie supporters that night. I went out drinking with them. I had a great time. I saw Snoop Dogg with a bunch of them, which really cements a friendship, by the way. You can really tell who your friends are if they can sing the same songs from the 90s. So this dress has been in my closet all that time period because it was a little bit depressing. And I thought about it. We've seen it on Facebook. We're already having a little bit of anxiety and problems and conflict amongst ourselves over who's going to be our candidate. Any one of these congressional candidates will be a dynamite Democrat to represent us, and that also includes Mike Barkley and Virginia Medueno, who were unable to make it tonight. Any one of those candidates will be a great representative, and I will be happy to work for any of them if it gets Jeff Denham out of office. I would like to ask that between today and the day that the party does the endorsement conference on January 28th, that we all think, we all take a deep breath before posting things on the internet, before tweeting things, before text messaging, before using profanity, yelling, arguing. We are all volunteers. We're all out here spending our own time away from our families, well, my dogs mostly, away from our friends, away from hobbies, because we care about these issues. Think about that when you interact with each other. Remind yourself, if it's necessary, on a daily basis of the core reasons that we're here and on the 99% of things we agree on. The 1% things we'll get to, but the 99% have to be what get us through this primary united together. And I would really like to wear this dress again, okay? So I would really like to put forth a united front in this primary election and kick ass in 2018. Who's with me? We are the party of intellectuals, we are the party of ideals, and we are the party of manners, okay? I know that it's hard to rise above the BS that goes on every day on social media, especially when the other side makes it so easy for us to lower ourselves to their habits and their behavior, but let's just not do that to each other, okay? And finally, I'm gonna make one more pitch for money, okay? So, our candidates will be in the lobby. If you'd like a professional photograph with one of them, I don't know, I'll charge $10 a piece. If you'd like a photo with any of our CBDC volunteers, we can have you come up on stage. You can stand in front of a podium. $10 more. If you're friends with me and you would regularly buy me a beer if you saw me outside, put $10 for my beer in the box out front, okay? It's an expensive beer, okay? Please give us some money so that we can keep doing events like this and help make our congressional candidates prepared for what they're going to take on against Jeff Denham. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful night. Drive safe.